Call Romaine Heilger.
Romaine Heilger.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence that I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Your name is Romaine Heilger,
Yes,
and you have been living as the wife of the prisoner Leonard Vogel.
yes.
Are you actually his wife?
I went through a form of marriage with him in Berlin. My former husband is still alive, so the marriage is not...
Not valid.
My lord, I have the most serious objection to this witness giving any evidence at all. We have the undeniable fact of marriage between the witness and the prisoner, and no proof whatsoever of any so-called previous marriage.
If my learned friend had not abandoned his customary patience and had waited for one more question, your lordship could have been spared this further interruption. Mrs. Heilger, is this a marriage certificate between yourself and Otto Gerd Heilger, 18th of April, 1946 in Leipzig?
It is.
I should like to see that certificate. This would be exhibit number 4, I believe.
Yes, I believe it will be, my lord.
Sir Wilfrid, I believe this witness is competent to give evidence.
In any event, Mrs. Heilger, are you willing to give evidence against the man you have been calling your husband?
I'm quite willing.
Romaine, what are you doing here? Well, what are you saying?
I must have silence. As your counsel will tell you, Vole, you will very shortly have an opportunity of speaking in your own defense.
Now, I want you to tell me, in your own words, about the night of October 14th.
I was at home all the evening.
And Leonard Vogel?
Leonard went out at 7:30.
And when did he return?
At 10 minutes past 10.
That's not true! You know that's not true! It was 25 minutes past 9 when I came home! Who's making you say this?
Leonard Vogel returned, you say, at 10 minutes past 10. What happened next?
He was breathing hard, very excited. He tore off his coat and examined the sleeves. Then he told me to wash the cuffs. They had blood on them.
Did he speak about the blood?
He said, damn it, there's blood on them.
And what did you say?
I said, what have you done?
And what did he say to that?
He said, I've killed her.
It's not true! I tell you that's not true! Not for the
talk
moment
about
this is
that.
true now!
You know what you are saying, Mrs. Heilger?
I am to speak the truth, am I not?
When the prisoner said, I have killed her, did you know to whom he referred?
Yes, I knew. It was the old woman he had been going to see so often.
What happened next?
He told me that I was to say that he had been at home with me all that evening. Especially, he said I was to say he was at home with me at 9:30. I said to him, do the police know you've killed her? And he said, no, they will think it's a bad worry. But anyway, remember I was at home with you at 9:30.
And you were subsequently interrogated by the police?
Yes.
And did they ask you if Leonard Vogel was home with you at 9:30?
Yes.
And what did you answer to that?
I said that he was.
You change your story now, why?
Because it is bad there. I cannot go on lying to save him. I am grateful to him, yes. He married me and brought me to this country. What he has asked me to do, all this I have done, is because I was grateful.
Because you loved him.
No, I never loved him.
Romaine!
I never loved him.
He brought you to this country. You were grateful to him. He asked you to give him an alibi. At first you consented, but later you felt what he had asked you to do was wrong.
Yes, that is it exactly.
And why did you feel that it was wrong?
Then it is murder. I cannot come into court and lie and say that he was there with me at the time it was done. I cannot do it. I cannot do it.
What did you do?
I do not know what to do. I do not know your country, and I am afraid of the police. So I write a letter
this is the truth, that on that night Leonard Vole returned at 10 minutes past 10, that he had blood on the cuff of his coat, and that he definitely admitted to you that he had killed Emily French. That is the truth before God?
That is the truth.
Thank you.
When the prisoner went through this form of marriage with you, was he aware of the fact that your first husband was still alive?
No.
He acted in good faith,
Yes.
and you were very grateful to him.
I was grateful to him, yes.
And you've shown your gratitude by coming here to court and testifying against him.
I have to speak the truth.
Is it the truth?
Yes.
I suggest to you that on the night of October the 14th, Leonard Bell was at home with you at 9:30, the time the murder was committed. I suggest that this whole story of yours is some wicked fabrication, that you have for some reason a grudge against the prisoner, and this is your way of expressing it.
No.
Do you realize you are on your own?
Yes.
I warn you, Mrs. Howard, if you care nothing for the prisoner, be careful on your own account. The penalty for perjury is heavy.
Really, my lord, I do not know if these theatrical outbursts are for the benefit of the jury, but I submit there is nothing to suggest that this witness has spoken anything but the truth.
Mr. Myers, this is a capital charge, and within the bounds of reason, I should like the defense to have every latitude. Yes, Sir William.
Now, you have said that there was blood on both cuts.
Yes.
Both cuts.
I have told you. So this is what Leonard said.
No, Mrs. Howard. You said he told me to wash the cuffs. They had blood on them.
That is precisely my note, Sir William.
Thank you, my lord. So what you were saying is that you had washed both cuffs.
It is my good friend's turn to be inaccurate now, my lord. Nowhere has this witness said that she washed both cuffs, or that she washed even one.
My friend was right. Well, Mrs. Halligan, did you wash the sleeves?
I remember now. It was only one sleeve that I washed.
Thank you. Perhaps there are other elements of your story that will prove to be equally as untrustworthy. I believe your original story to the police was that the blood on the jacket came from a cut cords while carving ham.
I said so, yes, but it was not true.
Why did you lie?
I said what Leonard told me to say.
Even going so far as to produce the actual knife with which he was cutting the ham.
When Leonard found that he had blood on him, he cut himself to make it seem that the blood was his.
I never did, Mr.
Please,
Bowles.
please. So you admit that your original story to the police was all lies? You seem to be a very good liar.
Leonard told me what to
The
say.
question is whether you were lying then or whether you are lying now. If you had really been appalled at murder having been committed, you could have told the truth to the police when they first questioned you.
I was afraid of Leonard.
You were afraid of Leonard Vell. Afraid of the man whose heart and spirit you've just broken. I think the jury will know which of you to believe.
Romaine Hauger, I ask you once again, is the evidence you have given the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
It is.
Thank you, Mrs. Hauger.
You may stand down, Mrs. Hargan.
Romaine.
Silence.
That is the case for the prosecution.